Good morning, Tampa Bay. Let's get your day started. This is ABC Action News, taking action for you.
Now at 9, Florida sees the biggest daily jump in new hospital admissions for COVID-19. The Bay Area county seeing the largest spikes in cases. And if you haven't washed your mask in a while, you need to hear from the doctor we talked to, the article of clothing you need to treat it like. The President and First Lady celebrate the 4th of July with a large crowd at Mount Rushmore. The event's in store for tonight at the Capitol. Good morning, Tampa Bay. I'm Andrea Lyon. Happy 4th of July and thanks for joining us. Now you may be heading to the beach or getting outside to barbecue. Jason Adams has what you can expect for this holiday weekend. We want you to be safe because these new coronavirus case numbers are increasing. Our state leads the country in the number of new cases reported every day. The state reports 9,500 new cases and 67 new deaths. That brings the death toll to 3,600 people yesterday. Florida reported 341 new hospitalizations. That's the biggest daily jump since the pandemic began. Our region tallied 1,900 new cases. Hillsborough once again seeing the highest spike of Tampa Bay with 658 new cases. Pinellas County at 455. This spike seems to line up with cities and states reopening last month. One Florida doctor had to say this.
I mean, we've done the social experiment. We've opened up society, and then now we've seen what happens. When you open up the bars and the restaurants and everything, here we are, 10,000 cases a day. This is what happens. So if you expect to keep doing the same thing and you expect a different result, then that's the definition of crazy.
The latest data from the Department of Health shows more young people are testing positive. Now our median age of patients in the mid to low 30s. Now let's give you a live look at Clearwater Beach. It's beautiful out there, but despite the surge in COVID-19 cases, most Bay Area beaches are staying open for this 4th of July weekend. ABC Action News reporter JJ Burton explains what you can expect to see if you're heading out to the beach.
You will see a lot more officers at the beach, especially in Clearwater. The police chief there is saying that he's quadrupling the number of officers out patrolling. Officers will be out there making sure that people are following social distancing guidelines.
With many people planning beach days and barbecues for the 4th of July, a St. Pete man wants you to think twice. Tim Picciarello just recovered from COVID-19 and wants you to wear a mask and practice social distancing. He started getting sick in early June, developing a fever, cough, and headache. He went to the hospital when he started having trouble breathing. Picciarello says he felt so bad he was ready for whatever.
I told him I wanted to either get well or I wanted to die, and I didn't care which at that point. That's how sick. I've never been this sick in my life.
Doctors told him he also had pneumonia and was in the beginning stages of COPD. He didn't know he had that underlying condition. Doctors told him it could take 2 to 4 months to recover. This weekend, you might see an effort encouraging people to mask up in South St. Pete. Yesterday, community members started handing out masks, signs, and T-shirts in hopes of spreading their message and not the virus.
To let people know that, number one, that this virus and this pandemic is real, that people are being harmed. In fact, we have, some of us, including myself, have friends who have died from it, and we want to make sure that everyone is taking it seriously.
Organizers worked with city leaders to start this campaign. They say volunteers will be out this weekend putting mask up signs in neighborhoods and holding signs at intersections. You may mask up, but are you keeping up with washing it? And how often should you do that anyways? The answer our Sarah Finney got might surprise you.
It's really convenient to just toss your cloth mask onto the passenger seat or back in your purse after using it and then grabbing it from there the next time you need it. But you'll want to consider.
The NBA made national headlines when it announced all of its players have the option to wear a smart ring when the season resumes. The company that makes it, Aura, claims it can detect COVID-19 symptoms days before you feel sick. Originally, it was supposed to track sleep patterns, but after months of research, it shifted to COVID-19 detection.
We can tell you today with 95% plus confidence what your temperature will be in 3 days from now. Also, we're able to tell you if you're going to have symptoms of fatigue or headaches or muscle pain or shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, the constellation of symptoms that are associated with COVID.
It's not just the NBA investing in this technology. A casino company in Las Vegas also bought 1,000 rings as part of a pilot program to monitor its employees. Today, President Trump will hold his Salute for America celebration in the nation's capital. It will include an enormous fireworks display expected to draw thousands to the National Mall. Last night, the President, Trump, and the First Lady celebrated Independence Day with a fireworks show over Mount Rushmore. The president delivered a speech accusing protesters of waging a campaign to wipe out history. He zeroed in on toppling monuments and statues that honor the Confederacy and those who've benefited from slavery.
But no, the American people are strong and proud, and they will not allow our country and all of its values, history, and culture to be taken from them.
He also said he'll establish a National Garden of American Heroes. No word on where that will be located. Some Bay Area firework tents are seeing a 40% spike in purchases. Many local leaders canceled annual firework displays to prevent the spread of COVID-19. ABC Action News reporter Sarah Hollenbeck explains why firefighters are now bracing for a lot more calls.
Fireworks shows may be fizzling out all over the Bay Area.
508-75.
But at Galaxy Fireworks Tent on Dale Mabry in Tampa, sales are exploding. Catherine.
Happening today, the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest will still happen in Brooklyn. The contestants weighed in yesterday. This year, the contest will be held without a crowd because of COVID-19, and there's only 5 competitors this year. It's scheduled for 12:20 this afternoon. 6-time women's champ Mickey Sudo and 12-time men's champ Joey Chestnut will both compete. Coming up, Lucky Brand files for bankruptcy, citing the impact of COVID-19. The stores in our area set to shut down. Plus, some people in need are now getting a high-tech gift to help them stay connected. The story of neighbors helping neighbors after the break. For hundreds of local businesses, masks are required to step inside now. Many people doing it, but some getting upset over the ordeal and doing it anyway. After the city of Lakeland didn't move forward with a mask mandate, owners took it into their own hands to do so. This is a list now in the hundreds of salons, vet clinics, restaurants, and more requiring not only their staff to take precautions, but also their customers. It's a Facebook group called Operation Face Mask. The founder telling ABC Action News they had to make a move to save local business.
If we don't do something, we're going to turn into the next New York. And, that's not going to be good for any of us.
I'm hopeful that local businesses taking this into their own hands and taking this initiative will prevent what's happened to bars. We understand that not all bars played by the rules and kind of created a situation that harmed all of them. And so we want to avoid the same kind of situation for sure.
Obviously, people eating here don't have to be wearing the masks, but the owner tells me that if they get up, go to the restroom, walk around inside, they do require that to be put on their face. In Lakeland, Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News. Well, the new resolution says if you can't effectively social distance indoors or outdoors, you have to wear a mask. And if you don't, you could be fined up to $250.
Not everybody with COVID feels sick, and not everybody with COVID looks sick. So my suggestion is that anytime you're around people you don't live with, that you be very cautious and wear masks, whether you're inside or out.
The Florida Department of Health in Polk says more than 40% of their reported cases popped up just this week. More than 4,000 positives in Polk and 1,400 cases in the city of Lakeland. Right now, nearly 100 people seeking treatment for the virus at Lakeland Regional. During the commission meeting, leaders were divisive. Bill Reed even calling a mask worthless.
If you see this thing I'm holding up right here, the audience can't see it. This is a joke.
The vote did pass, though, 5-2. It will last 1 month. The commission will reevaluate at that time.
If we use masks and we begin to adopt it on a widespread, it's not a panacea. But if it helps protect people from dying in Lakeland, Florida, if it helps our citizenry take this a little more seriously to know that we are having real community spread right now, then I will be voting yes today.
Now, there are several exemptions to this mandate. You can find a list of those on our free mobile app or on abcactionnews.com. In Polk County, Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News.
A brand new pool, credit cards, and new clothes, all paid for with money deputies say a woman stole from her own church. ABC Action News reporter Andrea Lyon is in Winter Haven, where detectives say she got away with it for years.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office tells me that after 11 years of working here at this church, a secretary was arrested for stealing about $768,000. Sharon Bradley was in charge of the books, and the financial committee admitted they knew she was bad with numbers, but never dreamed she was stealing from them. It wasn't until late 2019 and the head deacon asked for updated financial records, and instead Bradley sent him a screenshot which showed a line of credit to a different bank account the church did not use for about $225,000. The deacon tells us when he found out what was going on, he was shocked.
I thought it was just that we had that much available to us, as most everybody else did at the church, is that we had a line of credit. We knew we had a line of credit, but there had never been any approval by the church to ever use it. So it was staggering.
When Bradley was confronted, she immediately quit, leaving the church in debt for about $190,000. The church says they are working to pay that back. Despite a large balance, the church says that they will financially be okay. In Polk County, Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News.
We've got meals if you guys would like some meals. Would you guys like some water too?
Spending the weekends in Munn Park
Every other Saturday of the month
isn't new for Amy Lee Lawrence. She and the Street Warriors have been giving to the homeless for the past 7 years.
It's a huge population of homeless people in Lakeland and in Polk County in general.
What is new is what she's giving.
Would you like a mask, sir? Okay.
Lifesavers. Absolutely.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, the group has handed out 150 meals along with masks.
It's better than nothing. You know, anybody can give it a try.
Given Lakeland's new mask ordinance, it not only prevents the spread of COVID-19, but also potential fines too.
They don't have health care. They don't have the ability to spend money to get medication or help. So with at least a mask, we can help them a little bit.
In Lakeland, Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News.